All right, everybody. I'm here, and I'm gonna be reading Ryan's Ranch, the movie script, as requested. Okay, I have the page right here. All right, so this is Ryan's Ranch, by Matthew Watson and Ryan McGee. I'll put a link to the script down below. Fade in. Exit Ryan's Ranch. Day. The year is 1954 in Arizona, New Mexico, a town in New Mexico. Exit Ryan's Ranch, front porch. Day. Ryan Mason Dixon McGee is sitting in his rocking chair on the front porch on his ranch. Ryan's Ranch. This is Ryan Mason Dixon McGee talking. Matthew, come here. Matthew, his malnourished servant man-slave boy, slithers over with his tongue flopped out due to dehydration. What can I do for you, Ryan? See that over there? Cowboy Ryan points over to the west. Atop a tall mountain overlooking his ranch is a sparkle at the very top of the mountain. Ryan pats his servant slave boy Matthew on the back. Over there. I want you to go up on that there mountain and get me whatever's sparkling up at the top. Matthew looks at Ryan. Well, geez, mister, I don't know if I can make it all that way, given my limbs are all grated to the bone. Ryan looks at his poor servant slave man boy. Now, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. I just worked out my calves a lot last month. In fact, 3 hours a day. Pan down to Ryan's calves, which are almost bursting. They're huge. They're about to burst out of his skin. In fact, they did burst out of his skin, and Ryan had to stitch up his skin a little bit. So you can see the folds, and you can kind of see the calf a little bit, but they're big and massive and very impressive and sexy. And they have a lot of hair on them because he's an alpha male. You would never catch Cowboy Ryan doing the beta male smile. That's something Servant Matthew does all the time. He frequently does the beta male smile as he takes pictures with his livestock, exposing his teeth like a true beta male would. I've been working out my calves, so why don't you grab on my back hairs, hold on tight, and I'll carry us up this mountain. But I'm going to need you to grab hold of whatever that sparkly doohickey is. Oh, okay, Cowboy Ryan. Matthew grabs onto Ryan's back hair. Cowboy Ryan is not wearing a shirt. He just wears jorts, cut-off jean shorts, due to the hot weather in Arizona. He also dons a straw hat and a Lance Armstrong Livestrong wristband, a yellow one. He also has the Mason-Dixon line tattooed on his pelvis, a straight line across his pelvis. Cowboy Ryan begins running at breakneck speeds across his ranch, but a problem arises. Ryan realizes he forgot to phone his wife that he was going to the top of the mountain, which she always told him he should do. Ryan imagines her yelling at him, Ryan McGee Mason Dixon, don't you dare go to the top of that mountain without telling me first. The sun is starting to set. Exit bottom of the mountain, sunset. Matthew and Ryan cannot go up the mountain at night, so if Ryan were to turn around, there wouldn't be enough time. He knows he must go back and tell his wife. He also knows the only logical solution would be to remove his legs and give them to Matthew. So now Matthew has this beautiful set of legs, and Ryan has Matthew's skinny little legs. Matthew begins to walk back and finds a time machine button on the ground and accidentally hits it, and it goes back in time before Ryan McGee Mason Dixon cuts off his legs. Ryan cuts off his legs again, sews them back on, then cuts them off once more. That shiny sparkling thing means so much to me, Matthew, that I want you to go home and pleasure my ethnically diverse wife. Matthew looks at Ryan with puppy dog eyes. You sure, boss? You sure you don't want to go have sex with your ethnically diverse and beautiful, very appropriately dressed wife? Yes, this sparkly thing is the only thing I need. Ryan gives Matthew a little push with his newfound beautifully calved legs. Matthew starts booking it back to the house to pleasure Ryan's wife. Ryan starts running up the mountain, albeit slower this time with his new malnourished legs. Fortunately, Cowboy Ryan has some big arms, similar to his sizable calves. He has some really ripped, beautifully oiled up bis and tries that don't have weird, strange, stray hairs growing out of them that he has to pluck away every few weeks or so. His arms are perfectly shaved. This is Ryan talking to himself. You know what? These legs ain't doing shit. Ryan starts running only with his arms, like the second boss from the PlayStation 2 game Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. He starts running up the mountain and grabbing onto rocks and ripping his way up the mountain. The sun is setting fast. Ryan Mason Dixon McGee is not supposed to be up on the mountain when the sun is down because that's when the monsters come out. Cut to Matthew. Ryan's ranch, front porch, sunset. Matthew just made it to the front door and he knocks on it. Ryan's ethnically diverse wife opens up the front door. Oh my, those look like the love of my life's legs. What are you doing? Oh, well, he said that it's... Matthew pulls out a sheet of paper that Ryan gave him to address her as. It's time for, I can't do it. It's time for, Matthew squints at the paper. For fucking time. Ryan's ethnically diverse wife shouts as she goes, Auga! Auga! Ryan's ethnically diverse wife rips off her blouse. And she's sporting a cock with the tip of a pussy, like when you think of a lion with the head of a tiger. Ryan Mason Dixon McGee is not only a rancher, but a notorious trans ally. Cut back to Ryan Mason Dixon McGee. Mountainside sunset. Ryan is ripping and tearing his way up the mountain. He's knocking down trees with his biceps. He's roaring like a lion. He's singing, God's not dead. He's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God is not a man. God is not a white man. God is not a man sitting on the clouds. Ryan, singing these songs to help him up the mountain, is about a mile away from the peak at this point. But all of a sudden, the sun creeping closer to the horizon, just like that, boom, it's gone. It's dark out. Mountainside night. Ryan slams on his bicep brakes. Aw, shucks. I shouldn't be up here on this mountainside when it's dark, 'cause that's when the monsters come out. Ryan looks down on the mountain and you can see his ranch in the distance. One light is on in the house, and that's the bedroom light. Camera zooms into the bedroom. Interior, Ryan's cabin, bedroom, night. Malnourished little helper. So not slave boy. They crossed out slave boy. It is now helper. Helper Matt is giving Ryan's ethnically diverse wife CPR because he was so good at sex. Even better than Ryan ever was, that she was completely blown away and accidentally had a heart attack. Oh no! Matthew remembers a story he read to Ryan's unfortunately dead kids. The story read, True love's kiss will save the princess. Wait, okay. The wife must be the princess in this situation, and true love must be me because I'm good at giving sex. Matthew goes in and kisses Ryan, his ethnically diverse wife. Nothing happens. Matthew starts to cry. Then he hears a howl and looks up at the mountain where the sparkly thing and Ryan are. Ryan's ethnically diverse wife is in trouble and he doesn't know. That's called dramatic irony, kids. That's in there, by the way. Cut to mountain. Exterior, mountain, close to top, night. Ryan thinks his wife is having the climax of her life, which she was, but that's what sent her into cardiac arrest. He's looking down the mountain thinking, damn, I knew he would pleasure her good. Ryan hears the cry of a werewolf. He looks around through the pine trees. Oh shit, there's monsters up here. I better get to the top real fast. Ryan starts running up the mountain, but it's so dark he's losing his handwork. He's slipping. He can't see where the rocks are because it's so dark, but he can see the little twinkle at the top, so he keeps making his way up. Suddenly, something very bad happens. Ryan chips one of his cherry red French tip nails on a rock, which I don't even know that word, which completely inebriates him. Ryan screams, holding his cracked nail. How could this be? He had just painted them this morning, and they looked so good. There are monsters on the mountainside. Ryan has to get to the top, which is so close, but he can't use his hands now for risk of breaking another nail. This is Ryan. I'm going to have to use Matthew's malnourished legs for this. As a true hero would, he hikes up his jorts and puts his all into it, charging up the mountain. He hears the monsters grow closer. Matthew's legs are long, and with only 3 swoops of his leg, he's at the top. There's a little bit of dirt on the top of the object. He wants to know what it is so bad. As Ryan begins to dust it off, he hears a scream from the ranch. Cut to ranch. Exterior, ranch, night. Matthew is the one who screamed, with one of Ryan's legs cradling his wife, and the other hopping up the mountain. Exterior, mountain, bottom of mountain, night. Quick, Ryan, you must kiss the wife. Cut to Ryan. Exterior, mountaintop, night. Ryan looks at the object and it starts to disintegrate, because only one person can have its true majesty. Wait a second, malnourished Matt. Wait, with beautiful legs, my wife, my ethnically diverse wife. Wait, what? Please don't come up here. I don't know. That was strange writing, but whatever. Cut to Matthew. But your wife is dead. Cut back to Ryan. Ryan looks both ways at this disappearing thing that's sparkling, covered in dirt, that he doesn't know what it is, and he looks at his wife. That was strangely written too. Luckily, Ryan rips off his legs and throws them in the direction of Matt and the wife. His lips, not his legs, sorry. The lips land perfectly on the wife. Matt starts to fall down the mountain, but before he starts his very long journey down, tumbling down and breaking every bone in his body, he sees Ryan's lips land perfectly on Ryan's wife's mouth. Ryan looks over at the object, and the disintegration has stopped. Ryan wipes off the dust of the sneakers. They're a new pair of sneakers, the ones that have barely hit the shelves. Suddenly, a wizard appeared with a poof. The answer is StockX. If you want the hottest new sneakers, it's a revolutionary new marketplace for buying and selling 100% authentic sneakers, streetwear, watches, and handbags. Camera pans to Ryan. Camera pans back to Wizard. Millions are already using StockX to find everything after it sells out, from the latest Yeezys to every retro Jordans to the hottest new streetwear from brands like Supreme, Bape, Palace, and Keith. With another poof, the Wizard is now wearing a Supreme hoodie. StockX even allows users to buy and sell pre-owned, excellent condition luxury handbags and watches from brands like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci, Rolex, Omega, and more. Ryan looks up at the Wizard, missing lips and all, resulting in slightly muffled speech. Motivate your audience. Wait. Motivate your audience. Talk about your experience with the product free service. Copy 1 to 2 topics to rotate into your spot. StockX uses the same principles as the stock market to make buying and selling as safe and as easy as possible. They have real-time market data for intelligent buying and selling, and gives you access to tons of historical price data. You can see exactly how a product has sold for in the past and how much it's been selling for now. But best of all, StockX has removed all of the risk from buying and selling online. With that being said, Ryan is astonished and his eyes are agape, still lipless. But what if I'm scared of being ripped off? Well, there's total anonymity between the buyer and seller. I keep giving him a Ryan accent. StockX is in the middle, so you never have to deal with a random buyer/seller again. They have experts who verify every item, making sure that everything you buy is 100% authentic and never get burned by fakes again. Oh, I gotta breathe. Okay. Cut to Matthew. Matthew is at the bottom of the mountain after having fallen down and broken all of his bones. Ryan's ethnically diverse wife opens up her eyes. Matthew, you've pleasured me more than anyone's pleasured me, and I think I love you. Matthew is astonished. You have to understand, Mrs. Mason Dixon McGee. I was just trying to help your husband out. We can never be together. Suddenly, Ryan comes down the mountain on a skateboard, a guitar lick introducing him. Ryan looks at his wife. He looks at Matthew, and tears form in his eyes. Go to StockX.com/megacast now. StockX.com/megacast. StockX, now you know. Wait, did you say go to StockX.com/megacast? That's what I said. All three, Ryan, Matthew, and Ryan's ethnically diverse wife, joined together harmoniously to repeat Ryan's message. Go to StockX.com/megacast. All the townspeople go to StockX.com, and they all lived happily ever after, and got Bape hoodies and Gucci watches and Yeezys. Ryan was taming a different beast from then on. He was taming the hype beast. From that point on, the three of them, Ryan, Matthew, and Ryan's ethnically diverse wife, had a polyamorous relationship and had many children and lived happily ever after on Ryan's ranch. Amen. The end. Amen. Amen. Fade out. The end. Okay, so that was Ryan's Ranch. Hopefully I'll be able to get this out today. It shouldn't be that hard. I could probably do it here. So yeah. Thanks for listening to me talk for 20 minutes. And yeah. Thanks again, everybody.